Alright, guys, Alex here, UCB, and I was not going to do a video for Thursday, but I changed my mind because there is something I have to rant about. Well, maybe not rant, but it's just something that bugs me about people, man. Like, okay, so basically, I saw in another, some forum somewhere, somebody was saying that they would rather pay for Destiny 2 rather than pay for 2 years of DLC. Now, I bought the Guardian Edition, digital Guardian Edition. It's like $90 or whatever. But like the DLC, the Dark Below, I think that's what it's called, right? The Dark Below, or it's the Dark something. Because I know there is the first mission on the moon is very similar to the name of the DLC. But anyway, it's $20. $20. I'm sorry, like, if you can't afford $20, you need to stop fucking playing video games and go out, figure it out. Like, go out, make money, figure that shit out. Because honestly, dude, like, if you can't afford $20, you're really your whole life is fucked. Like, think about it. It's $20. That's two $10 bills. Right now, where I am in Baltimore, the tunnel toll for, like, there's a tunnel here, and the toll is $4. So it's like each way that's $8. That's like almost $10. So if you work, like, if you live like on one side of town, you work on the other side of town, you're paying $8 a day in tolls. And now you can get that a little bit cheaper, but the point isn't, this isn't a how to take the tunnel cheaper video. This is a wake the fuck up and get your priorities in order video. Now, of course, okay, you know what? The Dark Below DLC for a video game is not necessarily on the high end of some people's priorities, and that's okay. Because it's like, it's not like it's bills like the phone bill or anything like that. That's cool. But see, the thing is if you're playing Destiny, you've already bought the game, and it's been a while. It's not like there's no content in the game. I mean, some people would argue that there isn't, but there's a lot of content. I mean, a lot of content. I thought the story was pretty good and pretty long. I mean, not long like Borderlands long, but I mean long for a first-person shooter. But the point is in-game, and I think it's actually kind of cool that you get to in-game pretty quick, because I mean, I don't know about other people. I got to level 20 in like 2 weeks, man. Something like that, like a week and a half. I don't know. I don't know how I did it, man. I just did it. But my point is that you really need to. A lot of people, they put their finances like on the back burner, and they kind of like, oh man, but I'm paying all these bills and I have to work all the time, and I don't have time to improve myself, or I don't have time to do this. It's like, your life is the most important thing. And, really what I'm talking about here may only apply to certain people, because really right now I'm talking about guys in the pickup community, as in picking up girls. A lot of guys get in there and they're like, oh man, I'd love to pay for stuff, but I just don't have the money, man. Like, I'm studying everything I can. It's like, and this will be like, hey, this seminar is like, $20. Oh, I can't afford it, man. It's like, dude, like, if you can't afford $20, no girl's gonna want to be with you, man. No girl's gonna want to be with a dude that can't afford $20. So you need to stop this shit and find out a way to make money. Like, seriously, stop the bullshit. Stop playing video games, find a way to make money, or find a way to make money playing video games. Because ultimately, the secret to happy life is do what you love and get paid for it. Find a way to make money doing what you love. And this is actually what a lot of YouTubers are doing, because they're doing what they love. I would imagine, because that's if they don't enjoy it, they wouldn't be doing it. And like this one guy said in this video of how to get subscribers and how to be successful on YouTube, he said, don't force content. Like, Don't just do stuff to make money. Don't do stuff to force it out. You gotta enjoy yourself. I mean, if people don't know that, if you're not enjoying yourself or whatever. But this video's about like money, so like the guys that are complaining about a DLC costing $20, you seriously have to like reevaluate your priorities. Like I said, I paid $90 for the Digital Guardian version of Destiny, and I did not even blink an eye. I didn't even bat an eye because I love Destiny. I was like, fuck it, I love this game so much. I just want it all. I want the whole fucking thing, and I just did it. Now, does this mean I don't save money? Because somebody on some website was like, well, see, the thing is I'm trying to save money. That's why you probably don't save any money. You blow all your money. No, I don't blow all my money, actually. I told them, I probably save more in 1 week than you do in a month. Because that's just how much money I make. And I'm not trying to put him down. Is that an insult that I save more, that I make more money than him? No, that's not an insult. That's just the truth. However, it's a statistical probability. Let's just put it that way. It's an educated guess that if somebody's bitching about DLC not being able to, DLC costing too much, it's because they're broke. It's an educated guess. And the thing is like he was like saying, oh, I can afford it. Really, really, you got to understand something here, guys. You got to understand something. If someone has no problem affording something, they don't bitch about it. Nobody's going to bitch about something costing too much if they can afford it. It's just not going to happen. They're bitching about it because it's hurting them to spend that money. Think about it. If he had $100,000 in the bank right now, do you really think he would be bitching about the DLC costing $20? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, I mean, all you guys that are bitching about like games costing too much or DLC costing too much. Now, here's the thing. Now, if The Dark Below came out and it was like, well, this is going to be $60, then I would say, you know what, it's overpriced. Why? Because the entire game was $60, and you're talking about just like, an entire like, it's basically, let me see, 5 new missions, I believe. The new storyline with Eris is 5 missions, I believe. I'm on the last one. I'm about to beat it. But yeah, so it's about 5 missions. So if they wanted to charge $60 for it, then it'd be like, well, that's too much money. But I don't think $20 is too much money for what The Dark Below is. I think it's pretty awesome. I don't think $9.99 is too much money for an extra character on like Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel, because it's just, it's like a whole new character with a whole lot of new abilities that you're going to be playing for decades of hours. Like, if that's, we're like tens of hours, like 40, 50 hours or something. I put 100 hours into my Necromancer, so, but I mean, yeah, it all depends, and where the standard comes from is, I believe the standard is really what's happened in the past, and kind of like what the standard that has been set by the community, by the industry. Like, for instance, Xbox One games are like $60, right? Now, if a game comes out that costs like $150, it's like, what the fuck? It's gotta have something. Like, back in the day, I think like Rock Band was like $100 or $150, something like that. And it's like, well, it comes with like drums and guitars and all kinds of shit. And in addition to the game, it's like this big thing. And like the Borderlands Handsome Collection, Claptrap in a Box Edition is another example of this. It's like $400. Well, it has Claptrap in it. I'm not going to buy it, but that's just because I personally do think that it's not worth $400 to me. But you know what? As a collectible item, I think it is worth $400 objectively, because It's gonna be a really limited edition, and there's gonna be people out there that really want to collect that. And I mean, $400 is nothing, dude, for like a collector's item. You know, if you think about it. I mean, these things, you know, it's like bitching about like Zhur's stuff. Oh man, why the fuck does that cost 17 strange coins, man? It's not worth that much. It's like, dude, it's like basically he's got the shit in his backpack, okay? So it's worth whatever he says it is to him. Like, cuz that's the thing you got to understand. The way things work is if you are going to hand over money for something, then you basically think, and this is, man, I shouldn't even be telling you this, man. I don't even know if I want to tell you this. If you, when you, I'm gonna just make it real quick and just stop it right here. If you hand over money for something, you basically are saying that the item that you're getting in return is worth more to you than that money that you're spending on it. And if it's not, if you don't want to spend that money on it, then the money is not worth that much to you. And that's fine for you. But to go and bitch about the DLC costs too much, it's just you're basically trying to get something for cheaper, and it's not cool. I mean, it's not cool to be scarcity like that and be all like, well, you know, I'd rather not. Like, I don't know. I really hope. See, a lot of times when people are like, they bitch about money, they can afford a lot more than they think they can a lot of the times. But I mean, honestly, dude, like when it's like, I mean, I really hope these guys can afford the money. You know, I really hope that they can afford $10, you know, or $20. I hope they're not like, oh man, that's gonna take me down to zero. I'm gonna be in the red. Like, I really hope that's not the case. But I mean, there are a lot of broke people in the world. And the reason people are broke is because they spend more than they earn. It has nothing to do with how much money you make. You could be a millionaire. Well, you can't be a millionaire and be broke because it's like conflicts. Like, you know, a millionaire means you actually have $1 million in the bank. But you can make $1 million in 1 month and then be broke like the next day. It is possible. Or you can make $1 million a month and still be broke. Like, let's say you make $3,000 a month, and, you know, most apartments are like $1,000, and you can probably live on $500 or whatever, forgetting any other bills just for sake of simplicity. But then you buy all kinds of shit, and you spend all your money, and this is what happens. Somebody gets their paycheck on Friday, they go out and they fucking spend the whole thing, boom. Then by the end of by next 2 weeks, next pay period, they're broke. They got nothing. And that's pretty much how this shit happens. Now, people will be like, they'll save money for, like, you know, the bills and stuff like that, but, you know, they'll go out drinking or they'll go out and, you know, other stuff, but something like the DLC rolls around and they're like, oh man, it's too expensive. It's like, no, you shouldn't have blown your money doing stupid shit. You should have been, like, saving most of your money, because that's how you become wealthy. Wealth is accumulated by saving money. People that are rich, they don't spend their money. That's why they're rich. They accumulate wealth, and man, I'm just like dropping bombs on you guys. I hope you guys fucking appreciate this shit. Someone close to me, close mentor of mine, told me about like a 30-70 rule. You want to save 70% of what you get. Now, you can massage that a little bit. Like, when I first learned it, I applied that to the money I had after my bills were paid. Because I just, you know, I had to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to live the way I wanted to. But the point is, you take 70% of what you make and you put it in the bank. You save it. You don't touch it. And you just, you know, and then you can apply that everywhere. Like, if you want to buy something, like say you want to buy an Xbox One, you got a 360 you're on, I want to upgrade. You look at the money in your savings and you're like, okay, what percentage of my savings will this take? And how important is it for me to get that? and then you can decide from there. So there's a little few tips about money that come from that were completely inspired by me just being driven crazy by some guy online who was bitching about the DLC price. Anyway, peace. Tomorrow's going to be Friday night game, and I'm going to talk about value.